Morphin time! Yeah!
The mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Omega Rangers are all on Earth at Jason's mother's funeral. After the ceremony at the cemetery, everyone gathers at Jason's house to support the family. At that moment, Ernie, who tends the juice bar, approaches Jason to give him words of support and tells him that one day he saw his mother hiding watching Jason teach some kids. Ernie offers his full support, then leaves in tears, and Jason continues to greet everyone else. Outside the house are the other Rangers talking about the cause of death of Jason's mother, and at the end Kimberly said that Jason's father revealed to her that it was due to a heart arrhythmia. In Safehaven, there is Andros and 11 with Azurix, which they have him as a prisoner to try to get information about Dark Spectre's plans, but despite all their efforts, the Azurix does not tell them anything. The prisoner takes the opportunity to try to humiliate Andros by telling him that the people of his planet were cowards because they had invaded another planet which was less developed and the people were able to defend themselves, but the people of KO-35 hid like cowards. Andros and 11 leave the prisoner's room, and 11 apologizes to Andros for not being able to help him and get information out of the prisoner, but Andros tells him that they can try again tomorrow. Then they say goodbye, and 11 thinks Andros is going to sleep, but in reality, he came back with the prisoner and pulls him out of his energy shield to have another kind of dialogue without witnesses. On Earth, Jason is trying to talk to his father, but his father constantly ignores him, and Jason realizes this. In the end, they have a small argument, and the father tells him that he is going to sell the house and move out, that he doesn't need Jason and that everyone should live their lives as they want. At the juice bar, Zach gets a call from Journey, who is now the size of a 10-year-old girl despite being only a week old. Journey is performing a magic act and the Rangers are enjoying the show. Then, Zach says goodbye to Journey and tells her it's time for bed. At that point, he begins to have a conversation with Aisha, who asks him if they are ready to leave Journey when they find their planet. At the GYM are Trini, Jason and Tommy working out and talking about King Aridin, who almost defeated the Rangers. Tommy and Trini are very concerned about Jason's emotional health and tell him he can take a few days off to rest, but Jason tells them he is in good health and wants to keep working. The next day in Safehaven, 11 and Andros return to talk to the prisoner, who by some coincidence is very beaten and now wants to cooperate by providing all the information he can. The prisoner makes several confessions and talks about the possible location of the Astro megaship. After that, 11 locks him in a kind of space chest similar to the same one Zordon used to lock Rita in. He then takes the chest to a giant vault where there are many chests and tells him that he will be safe there until he is judged in an SPD court. Despite everything, the chest seems to have an open lid and a light comes out of it. Then, the prisoner's voice is heard calling Andros and asking him to get him out of there. Andros appears and tells him that he must activate the device he gave him in order to teleport inside. Now they are both inside the vault, and the prisoner starts telling Andros that he fulfilled his part of the deal and now he must fulfill his part and get him out of there to be free. Suddenly, Andros begins to hear a voice telling him that revenge is a great ally, but the Zurix doesn't hear the voice and thinks Andros has gone mad. At that moment, the Zurix gets very angry that Andros is ignoring him and tries to attack him, but Andros takes him out with his blaster. Andros keeps hearing the voice and starts to follow it to find out where it is coming from. That voice starts to tell him that it was waiting for him and that it had been there in the dark for thousands of years. At the command center, Jason and Zordon are having a conversation about everything that needs to be improved so that the same thing that happened on planet KO-35 doesn't happen again. Then, this conversation gets a little awkward as Zordon tries to give Jason words of support and tells him he can take a few days off. Jason gets angry and tells him that everyone is treating him like he is bad, but he really has nowhere else to go and nothing else to do. He also tells Zordon that he is a little jealous of Andros because even though he lost everything, at least he has someone to blame and take it out on. He lost his mother and can't do anything about it. Back in Safehaven, we can see that Andros is still chasing the voice and entering deep into the darkness of the vault. The voice gets louder and louder until he finally manages to find the chest where the voice is coming from. This chest is different from the others. It is isolated and chained, which gives us a clear reference that what is inside is very dangerous. The voice says that he was able to defeat death, and this is why Andros wants to free him to help him defeat Dark Spectre. The voice tells him that he will do that and much more. It also tells him that Andros has seen the face of death, and with loss comes understanding and power. It also tells him something very important, and that is that long ago he was one of those chosen to protect the universe forever, and he has some unfinished business. Andros then breaks the chains and opens the chest to see that what is inside is a gauntlet just like the Omega Rangers.